Hello, everyone. It's Good Friday, and it's around 10 o'clock in the morning. Got a bit of a late start this morning. I am going to be working on the buggy, but instead of predicting everything that I'd like to get done, because I never ever manage to get through everything, I'm just going to say what I'm going to start with today. Today, I'm going to start with hanging the other three doors. I don't think I'm going to work on the latching mechanisms today, although maybe. We'll see. But start with hanging the other three doors and then work from there. Yeah. I did the buggy. You'll see the buggy wasn't here last weekend because it was at the auto electrician. It's back. I fetched it yesterday. It hasn't had an alternator fitted so that it actually generates enough power to charge the light battery. Went on a big mission yesterday to get wires and things, but didn't actually get them because they didn't have stock. Even though I'd ordered 3 days ago and they were supposed to get it from Johannesburg, it didn't arrive. So that puts me a little bit behind. But my friendly auto electrician at Southfield Auto sold me, gave me, but I gave him some money for beer, a couple of lengths of wire so that I could do some of the internal wiring stuff over the weekend. Otherwise, I'd be very far behind. Anyway, let's carry on with the day, shall we? Four hours later, and we've got 4 functional doors, which is very cool. I'm going to switch gears a bit now, and I'm going to turn this piece of aluminium skirting into a heat release wall for the electrical box so that tonight, or maybe tomorrow, I can start working on laying all the pieces for that out. So I'm going to switch to bench view now for you because most of the work's going to be done there. Here is the heat release plate for the electrical box that I've made. So this will become one of the sides of the box. And what it will allow is all the electronics will be attached to this directly, meaning any heat they make will be dissipated through the aluminium. I need to figure out how to seal up these slats so that they don't let dust in, because that's the whole reason of the box. Yeah. So that's done. And I'll go work on that a little bit again tonight or tomorrow. And when I come back, I'll have mapped out all the different electronics and the holes that need to be drilled to mount them. Right now, I am going to work a bit on putting in some metal into the top of the frame just for shaping of the shade cloth that's going to go over. The string deflects too much. That work session didn't last long. Angle grind through the power lead that runs the welder. And so I'm going to go home and fix that and start again on Sunday. I've had a good day. I've gotten lots done. And look, again, doors. Hello, everybody. It's Sunday morning, at probably 9:45. It's a bit later than I wanted to get started this morning, but I have a bunch of things I had to pick up. So I've been to the hardware store and I've picked up a battery for a friend. And yeah, I'm ready to go now. Didn't do much on Saturday because it was my 30th anniversary with my wonderful wife, Elizabeth. Um, she probably doesn't watch this, so I can say whatever I want, but I will say that she's wonderful and I've enjoyed every minute of those 30 years. Let me show you what we're going to work on today to start with. We're going to work on the electronics box. Here it is. Okay. This is not part of that. This is for bubble machine stuff later. Put it over here. And okay, we made this on Friday. This is a heatsink wall for this box. So this needs to replace that side of the box so that it can get access to the air and allow the electronic components to dissipate heat. So let me go through the electronics components with you. We have 3 RGB amplifiers, 1 RGB controller. So basically, this makes the lights do what they do, but it'll only run like 3 strips, and we need to run 7. So what this is going to run is each of these. This one will run these 3 amplifiers, and basically they multiply the signal that comes out of this. And each of these will run up to 3 sets of lights, which will give us a total of 9, but we've got 7 so far. We've got a little bit of redundancy there. And then this here is the DC-DC charger. So what this does is it takes in input current from the car battery / alternator and outputs it to the big battery. But this is a bit cramped, right? And I'm worried that the middle isn't supported. So what I actually need to do is make these pizzas a little bit narrower first so that I can spread the load a wee bit. I'll spread the stuff out a little bit. Gives me much more room. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put down 2 pieces of steel down here that are going to support the middle. Once that's done, cut the hole up the side here. This is going to get bolted in and silicon to keep it air safe. Here is one of the aforementioned bubble machines. We're going to get to that this afternoon. Okay, let me put this down right out of the way. The other thing we need to do is we need to make a small panel on the other side, which is going to accept the switches for the LED lights and the bubble machines, as well as this USB charger so we can charge phones and things as we drive around in the desert. Okay. But then, where's this box go? This box is going to go on the lid of on the bonnet of the beach buggy, and it's going to have the back to it. So the back will go in like that. And then this piece will go down the side. There's also a fuse box that needs to go in, but there's plenty of room for that. This will be tied down to the bonnet with some straps. The problem is that this plastic here is not very strong. As you can see, it's this kind of plastic and it's very brittle. So I don't want to secure this down to the bonnet of the beach buggy directly because it will crack and then it'll just jump around. So what I've done is get this crate here, which is incredibly strong and durable. So I'm going to cut out a section of this to go at the bottom. So this will be strapped to the one of the beach baggie, sandwiching the bottom of that plastic box between them, and this will provide the strength that it needs. That's my plan anyway. The only way to find out is to do it and then take it to the burn on a trailer. That's what I'm going to do this morning, hopefully done by the end of the morning. Do you remember last week we talked about some flashy lights? Well, I put them on and I expected them to last like 5 hours, but they're still flashing. It's been 7 days and they're still flashing off of a 20-minute charge. These are just little USB charged lights. These are safety lights that go around the perimeter of Shellraiser. In the event it breaks down in the middle of the desert and the lights aren't working and it's going to leave them in the dark till morning, these can get switched on so people don't drive into them. Okay. I'm going to switch to time lapse and let's see how we get on, shall we? It looks like my run of being hard on my tools has continued. I have broken the center drill on this hole saw, so I need to go get another one because otherwise I can't carry on with the box. And I want to finish the box today. So although I've already been to Builder's Warehouse this morning before I got here, I'm going back. The electronics box is ready to be finished at home tomorrow. I've got the holes drilled for the USB charger and the switches and a nice plate for them there. And on the other side, hole cut out that the heat sink will put into. Then I've also got the battery holder plate there, which is going to be connected, a battery strap. There's the battery that goes there like that. And we've got the DC-DC charger, which goes in there. And then this whole bunch of small electronic jobs. Still got to get a fuse box in there, but we've got that at home. But yeah, electronics box is ready to be assembled. Time to start making bubble machine holders. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to finish today, but I've got about 3 hours left, so I'm going to get a start. It just hit 6 o'clock and it's getting, you can't see it on the video, but it is getting a bit dark in the workshop. So I'm going to go home. Burger night. Did make one holder for the bubble solution. I've just got to figure out a solution to attach it to the frame at an angle. And then I think all the welding is done. So unless, of course, the buggy doesn't fit on the trailer, and then there's a whole lot of shit that needs to get done. So yeah, this was awesome. This was awesome. Together. Tomorrow is wiring, so I'll be working on electronics. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show that to you. I'm going to see if I can try. But yes, and another shout out to my wonderful wife for an amazing 30 years. Thank you, Elizabeth.